Welcome to my channel. This is your host, and today we are going to get straight to it. This is a video that you should send to everyone who thinks they're fine. Warning, do not watch this video if you are enjoying your day. Why is it that some people can look at their phone and stop? At the same time, you might be the most uncomfortable you've ever been in your entire life. But before we get into that, if you subscribe to our channel, we release weekly videos that are dedicated to accelerating your life through psychology. So without further ado, let's begin. Here's the brutal truth. You're not addicted to your phone. Your phone is addicted to you. Think about that for a second. We're all human beings living in a society where the main focus is getting attention. Attention equals validation. Validation equals power. Power equals money. Money equals freedom. Freedom to buy more things. You're a slave to your desires. Desires that weren't even yours to begin with. Why is it that others look at their phone and suddenly they wasted 30 minutes of their day on nothing? When you do, you're greeted by a bunch of notifications. What if your depression isn't you? What if it's a subscription? What if your emotions were bought, installed, and updated? The fact that you're even watching this video right now proves that I'm telling the truth. Now comes the million-dollar question. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna stay in denial, or are you going to wake up? Because guess what? They've won if you're still asleep. You know all of this deep down, deep within your soul. You know that something is wrong. You have allowed multiple personalities to take over your life. You've been conditioned to accept it all. You've been forced to conform. You've given up on your dreams and aspirations. What if that conversation wasn't healthy? What if your phone was toxic? What if every time you responded, it made you weaker? The problem is that you keep choosing to ignore it. We're trying to figure out how to be human in an increasingly digital world. You're complex. Imagine if your phone could speak to you directly. What would it say? You're not the only one who's addicted to this game. The platform is addicted to you too. You're going to close your eyes, you're going to take a deep breath, and you're going to starve the monster. Starve it. Watch what rises in its place. Where did it appear from? Did it randomly pop up in your feed? Was it recommended to you by the platform? If you enjoyed it, make sure to send it to someone who needs it. And how did the platform know what to recommend to you? And in a world where everyone wants to take advantage of you, it's time to take a stand. Take a stand for yourself, for your family, for your friends. Because it knows you better than you know yourself. What would it tell you about yourself? Would it be positive or negative? Here's the scary part. Your phone knows more about you than you know yourself. Don't allow other people to treat you like you're simple. You're not stupid. They've just been hiding your intelligence from you. Maybe it's easier to live in a fantasy world than it is to face reality. You believe you're free, but you're trapped. You believe you're happy, but you're miserable. You believe you're in control, but you're manipulated. You believe you're unique, but you're a product. You believe you're special, but you're a commodity. What if your childhood wonder was hunted down and sold back to you as 3-second clips? You can choose to see the good, or you can choose to see the bad. You can choose to be happy, or you can choose to be miserable. The choice is yours. But here's the deal. You cannot remain neutral. Your inaction is a choice. Sometimes it's easier to be miserable because then you have an excuse for everything. You have someone or something to blame. You can point your finger at someone else and say, "It's their fault." Being happy requires action. Being miserable doesn't. Guess which one most people choose? That's right, misery. What if every second you waited to start your life was them starting theirs? Congratulations. You just entered the matrix. Welcome to the club. Why? Because narcissists don't attack people who don't exist. After all, you're basically a meat popsicle with technology attached to it. You're the only one who can program your life. There are people who want to help you get out of your current state, but ultimately the decision needs to come from you. No one can wake you up for you. You've been sedated. You're not stupid. You've been hypnotized. You're not alone. You've been lied to. You're not helpless. You've been brainwashed. Your dopamine's being harvested. Your purpose auctioned. And you? You smile while burning. You laugh while rotting. You cry while freezing. You swipe while sinking. The fact is that you're being used. You're being used for attention, emotions, and money. It's easier said than done, but try to detach from it all. Try to look at everything from above. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated. You have been hacked. You may not realize it yet, but one thing is for sure, you're not yourself when you use your phone. A version of you has been uploaded to the cloud. The real you is somewhere else. You've become a zombie. Welcome to the zombie apocalypse. Why is it that some people can scroll through social media and just feel indifferent about it all? Why is it that others scroll and scroll until their eyes bleed? The answer to these questions is much simpler than you think. They made you think your cage was a choice. You're being bombarded by subliminal messages. You've been turned into a lab rat without even realizing it. But hey, at least you're entertained. Or have you? Have you asked yourself lately why you spend hours on end watching meaningless videos? Have you ever wondered why you prefer instant gratification over long-term fulfillment? Have you ever noticed how certain things seem to target you specifically? Like there's this one platform where there's this endless scroll feed, and every time you open it, it's like you have this innate desire to just scroll endlessly. Why is that? Why does it do that? You've been programmed to destroy yourself. Let me explain. This video has been classified as mildly controversial. If you don't like uncomfortable truths, skip this video. If you're still here, let me ask you something. If you're not careful, by the time you finish this video, everything will make sense. You've been programmed to do everything automatically. You breathe automatically, you blink automatically, and you scroll automatically. As you grew up, you started to see that the world wasn't as magical as you thought it was. They say only children believe in magic. The world began to feel cold, dark, and boring. Then came along a little device that was designed to light up your life. That device was programmed to make you addicted. And guess what? You got addicted. There's no problem with that. The issue is that you have allowed that device to reprogram you, not for the better. You know what? It's okay, because that's what you're supposed to do. You were built to survive, not thrive. Survival is the result of programming. If you didn't have any programming, you would die. The problem is that sometimes that programming gets in the way of your evolution. That automatic programming becomes destructive. When you were young, the world had so many interesting things to offer you. Look around you. Is this what your life looks like? Do you feel like your life belongs to you, or does it belong to your phone? Let's face the reality. You're programmed to open your phone every single morning. Don't misunderstand it. There is nothing wrong with the phone itself. That's just a tool. You're a tool too. You're not lazy. The whole system was created to benefit others while you think it benefits you. Now listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you, because this is important. Here's the harsh truth. You are not the consumer. You are the product. The beautiful thing about life is that it always gives you a choice, duality. You are not the crazy one. You're simply misunderstood. And in a world full of narcissists, being misunderstood is the highest form of self-defense. Here's something else you should know. And now comes the final blow. You're not the one, you're the ones. You are many. You're many people. Here's the thing. You are a being of energy. There's a universe inside of you. There's a lot going on. Listen closely. When you're looking at your phone, there's a conversation happening between you and your phone. Your phone speaks, and you respond. We all struggle with one thing in common. Now let's bring this full circle. Think about the last time you watched a video. How did you find it? You're a slave to the algorithm. You click and it delivers. But guess what? You're a walking paradox. Remember this, you're not special, but you are powerful. So here's what you're going to do. Thank you for watching this video.